On December 13, 2022, Officer James Hinkle, a member of the Waterbury Police Department, found himself in the midst of directing traffic in Waterbury, Connecticut. This was in response to a mechanical failure that had occurred at an intersection, rendering the traffic lights non-functional. The sequence of events that ensued was recorded by the dashboard camera installed in Officer Hinkle's police cruiser. This footage will take precedence, followed by the recording from Officer Hinkle's body camera. Throughout the incident, Officer Hinkle persistently asserts that the driver was attempting to collide with him. However, upon reviewing the dash cam footage from his police cruiser, it becomes evident that he moved aggressively towards her vehicle as she passed by. Additionally, he can be heard telling her that she's fortunate not to be in handcuffs at that moment. Officer Hinkle proceeds to request another officer's assistance in completing a citation for 2 infractions: failure to comply with an officer's instructions and reckless driving, both falling under Section 14-223 of the Connecticut General Statutes.
No! This means stop! This means stop!
I didn't see that until I was already past.
And then you still drove by me!
I'm so sorry, sir. I didn't.
License and registration now!
Hold on. Sorry. Give me a second, okay?
No, license and registration now!
Okay.
You almost ran over an officer standing in the middle of the street.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize what was going on. That was very confusing.
It's a bright yellow jacket standing in the middle of the street. What don't you understand?
All the other cars were going.
No, they weren't. You were the only vehicle coming from that way. You almost ran me over in the middle of the street.
This section delineates the offense as failing to halt when signaled or disregarding an officer's directives. It stipulates that if a motor vehicle operator fails to promptly come to a complete stop when the signal of a uniformed officer or an officer with a prominently displayed badge, or if they defy the officer's instructions pertaining to vehicle operation, they will be considered to have committed an infraction. Moreover, Officer Hinkle cites Section 14-222 of the Connecticut General Statutes, which outlines the specifics of the reckless driving offense. Subsequently, the driver received the citation but was permitted to depart from the scene. However, the charges were subsequently dismissed. This event prompted an internal affairs inquiry into Officer Hinkle's behavior, leading to his immediate placement on paid administrative leave on January 9, 2023. Following the investigation, it was determined that Officer Hinkle had breached departmental policies through his actions, conduct, and demeanor.
Do a pickup.
What is such an important factor that me standing in the middle of the street,
Sir,
stopping you, and you try to run me over?
Sir, I swear.
And then you looked at me, you waved at me, and then you kept going anyway.
I swear I was not trying to run you over. I thought you were. The cars were going.
I'm telling you to stop in the middle of the street, and you wave at me and keep going.
I saw your hand before, and it was too late to stop.
No, it wasn't. You were doing 10 miles an hour, and you still drove by me.
I'm sorry.
You didn't even attempt to stop your car.
Sir.
You're lucky you're not in handcuffs right this second.
I'm very sorry, sir. I really.
Explain to my kids why they don't have a dad a week before Christmas, because you're trying to run somebody over.
Consequently, on January 9, 2023, Officer Hinkle's employment with the Waterbury Police Department was terminated.
Before Christmas.
Sir, when I see a flashing yellow light.
It's not flashing, it's red and blue.
It was
That's a cop car standing in the middle of the street flashing lights. No, it's not an accident. You're just being irresponsible. Street. And then waves at me and still tries to drive by me. Run her, please, and make sure she's valid. A week before Christmas, I almost get ran over.
All right?
Yeah. I got 2 kids at home waiting for me to come home tonight.
Sir, I'm very sorry. I felt.
Sorry doesn't break it. You looked right at me and still decided to drive by me.
I was in the middle.
No, you weren't. I was in the middle of the intersection.
Are you hurt?
Emotionally.
Chief Fernando Spagnolo, in an official statement regarding the termination, emphasized that Officer Hinkle's conduct during the encounter with a member of the community was unacceptable. Here comes our next investigation. June 11, 2018 saw Deputy Duriel Aiken from the Pasco County Sheriff's Office detaining Dr. Catherine Coker on suspicion of running a stop sign close to her residence in Wesley Chapel, Florida. It's worth noting that Dr. Coker managed to reach her home before Deputy Aiken could initiate a traffic stop. Upon reaching her home, Deputy Aiken parked his cruiser on the street and proceeded to approach Dr. Coker after she had parked her vehicle in her driveway and stepped out. Deputy Aiken communicated to Dr. Coker that should she choose to conclude the traffic stop and enter her residence, he would proceed to arrest her under charges of obstruction or what is commonly referred to as resisting.
I don't need a video. I saw you do it.
No, you need a video.
No, I don't. I saw you do it.
We'll be going to court because you did not see me do it.
Okay, if you say so.
Okay, I do say so. You guys have been targeting me and targeting me and targeting me because all the neighbors complain, and I'm not doing anything. I don't know, whatever. Write me a ticket for my insurance. I don't know. I
Can
can't
you
pull it
log
up.
into it? Or no?
I don't know. I don't know how. I have no idea how to do it.
So it's AAA?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, just do me a favor. Just hang tight till I'm done, okay?
Yep. Looking for harassment.
She was hauling.
This action is in accordance with Section 843.02 of the Florida statutes, which states, "Whoever shall resist, obstruct, or oppose any officer in the legitimate execution of a lawful duty without resorting to or causing physical harm to the officer's person shall be charged with a misdemeanor." Dwayne Eddie Coker, Dr. Coker's husband, and a detention deputy with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office during that period, inquires Deputy Aiken about the situation. Deputy Aiken proceeded to brief him on the matter, explaining that he witnessed Dr. Coker disregarding a stop sign. This observation is consistent with the provisions outlined in Section 316.123 of the Florida statutes.
Okay. Hello, sir.
How's it going?
Not bad, yourself?
Good, good. I'm Eddie Coker.
Deputy Aiken, how you doing?
Hey, man. Yeah, I work for HCSO.
Okay.
So I'm trying to. What happened?
She ran the stop sign.
Constantly call on me. I did not run the stop sign.
Do you have somebody showing her running the stop sign, or
I saw it.
you saw it?
I saw it.
He didn't see it.
In this scenario, Deputy Aiken's testimony would likely hold legal weight and could potentially be enough to establish that Dr. Coker indeed ran the stop sign. However, it's important to acknowledge that a court might also consider the possibility that Dr. Coker's account is accurate and could find her version of events more credible than Deputy Aiken's.
No.
Relax.
No. It's harassment.
Well, as you can see, that's probable cause to do the stop.
Absolutely.
If she wants to take it to court,
I
if
see
she can take it to court, that's up to her.
Is there any way you can give me a one-time professional courtesy if I show you my ID?
I have to. We've been getting complaints in Seven Oaks in general because of that. We're enforcing everything.
Okay. Well, I'll be sure to let my agency know that if we stop one of you guys.
Alternatively, a court might determine that there exists a reasonable doubt regarding whether Dr. Coker actually ran the stop sign, especially if other testimonies or evidence presented during the court proceedings cast doubt on the incident. Ultimately, the court's decision would hinge on a careful examination of all available evidence and testimonies. Mr. Coker subtly implies that he holds the position of a deputy within the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, even though he is in fact a detention center deputy without law enforcement jurisdiction. He further communicates to Deputy Aiken that if he persists in issuing a ticket to Dr. Coker, he'll take the initiative to direct his department to issue tickets to Pasco County officers whenever an opportunity arises. This stands as an alternative to offering these officers a customary professional courtesy. Deputy Aiken unquestionably held the belief that Mr. Coker was a deputy sheriff rather than a detention deputy. Mr. Coker took no action to rectify Deputy Aiken's perception and certainly presented himself in a manner that strongly implied a greater level of legal authority than his official certification as a correctional officer actually granted him. After Deputy Aiken issued the citations to Dr. Coker, Mr. Coker once again requested a professional courtesy from Deputy Aiken. During their exchange, Dr. Coker left the scene and headed inside her home while using a racial slur directed at Deputy Aiken. Deputy Aiken reiterated his stance in defense of issuing the citations. He then shared contact information for his supervisor with Mr. Coker before departing the scene without any further incidents. Following this, Mr. Coker promptly contacted a supervisor to express his grievances regarding the encounter with Deputy Aiken. In this conversation, he explicitly referred to himself as a cop. Eventually, Dr. Coker successfully contested the charges, leading to her acquittal for the offense of running the stop sign. The other citations were also dismissed. However, due to Mr. Coker's behavior during this incident and subsequent internal affairs investigation, he faced administrative charges, including misdirected action in an official investigation, misuse of communications facilities, improper use of an official position, and conduct unbecoming a member of the sheriff's office. As a consequence of these actions, on January 30th, 2020, the Florida Criminal Justice Standards and Training Commission, responsible for certifying law enforcement and correctional officers within the state, made the decision to revoke Mr. Coker's correctional officer certification due to the misuse of public position. And now let's move on to another investigation. On February 4th, 2020, Officer Kevin Munger, employed with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, was on duty as an off-duty security guard at a Publix grocery store located in Jacksonville, Florida. During his shift, Tawanda Crowell, a local mother, purchased several items from the store. Subsequently, she left the store area only to re-enter briefly before ultimately exiting the store. Publix manager Anna Augusto Bonner approached Officer Munger and informed him that she had observed Miss Crowell leaving the store with items in a bag, yet she hadn't witnessed a transaction taking place. Responding to this information, Officer Munger approached Miss Crowell, who was by then seated inside her vehicle with her 12-year-old daughter and two nieces seated in the back.
What is
You ain't seen me sell nothing.
Then show me your receipt.
I will not.
If you took it without paying for it,
I don't steal. I don't steal.
Then all
I
they
do
want,
not
all they
steal.
want to do is
I don't
not have you
steal.
here.
I don't steal.
Okay, then show me your receipt.
I won't do that.
Why?
I won't do that because.
Do you realize you can go to jail for that?
Oh, I realize if I stole it, but I don't steal.
You're not cooperating.
I'm not cooperating because you ain't got no probable cause because they said something. Go watch the camera first.
Ma'am.
I walk back in there with you and go watch the camera. No, I'm upset because I see this every day.
I don't have access to the camera.
Officer Munger proceeded to request that Ms. Crowell provide him with her identification and the receipt for a Publix purchase. Despite his repeated requests, Ms. Crowell declined to comply with his demands. In response, Officer Munger informed her that she would be taken into custody. Officer Munger's decision to arrest Ms. Crowell was likely founded on probable cause, given the information provided by Ms. Augusto Bonner's accusation. Moreover, there is a strong likelihood that a court would recognize Officer Munger's actions as having reasonable suspicion to detain and request identification from Ms. Crowell. However, it's crucial to highlight that Ms. Crowell would not be under a legal obligation to present a receipt or any form of identification. This is a key consideration in the scenario, emphasizing an individual's rights within such circumstances.
No, everybody ain't.
Well, most of them are.
They is.
We can profile anybody.
I see y'all up here every day bothering people.
I don't bother
because they say
anybody.
that. Whoever.
Can you just show me your
officers-
receipt?
No, I'm not gonna do that because that makes absolutely no sense at all. I'm not gonna.
Can
do
I
that.
see your receipt?
If they sent you out here, that means they saw me steal.
They didn't see you go through a
Okay,
register
then, so
and pay.
why not do that? Protocol is
Step out of the car.
to go look on the camera.
Step out of the car. Step out of the car
I'm
and
not
come with me.
stepping out no car.
Then you're going to go to jail.
Officer Munger resorted to deploying his taser against Ms. Crowell, causing her to fall to the ground and subsequently restrained her with handcuffs. According to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office Order 551, which outlines the department's guidelines for response to resistance, it stipulates that officers are authorized to use force at a level that is both reasonable and essential for making an arrest or safeguarding themselves or others from potential physical harm, resistance, or life-threatening situations.
Lieutenant.
Come on.
No.
You're going to go to jail.
No, I'm not.
You're
no,
going to go
I'm
to
not.
jail.
No, I'm
yes,
not.
you are.
No, I'm
Then
not.
give me your receipt.
I'm not giving you my receipt.
Come on.
No, I'm
You're going
not.
to jail.
No, I'm not.
You're going to jail.
No, I'm not.
You're going
no,
to jail.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
You are going to jail.
No, I'm not.
I'll tell you what I'll do.
No, I'm not.
You're going to jail.
No, I'm not. Call your mama.
Nevertheless, while certain actions by Ms. Crowell upon exiting the vehicle could be interpreted as potentially evasive, the body camera footage notably reveals that when Officer Munger deployed his taser, Ms. Crowell had been standing at a reasonable distance from him, with her hands positioned by her sides for a significant duration. This stance cannot be reasonably classified as active physical resistance. Furthermore, this situation would not have warranted a reasonable officer to believe that Ms. Crowell posed a threat of physical harm or intended to strike him.
Turn around right now.
What am I gonna for?
Turn around right now for not cooperating.
Cooperating?
Turn around.
I didn't steal.
Tasing you right now.
I didn't steal nothing. It is.
Officer Munger consistently informs Ms. Crowell that she'll be taken into custody due to her refusal to present her identification and receipt. However, he fails to specify the exact offense for which she would be arrested. Given her protections under the 4th and 5th Amendments in this situation, it's important to note that although Ms. Crowell displayed uncooperative behavior, she was not under any legal obligation to furnish Officer Munger with her receipt or identification. Consequently, it's probable that a court would determine that her actions could not result in an obstruction conviction. Ms. Crowell was held in a police vehicle and offered assistance by Jacksonville Fire Rescue EMS to remove taser darts. However, she preferred going to the hospital for dart removal by a licensed physician due to one dart being lodged in a sensitive area. An off-duty officer watched her children until they were picked up. Officer Munger discovered her receipt in her vehicle after her arrest, as shown in camera footage. After a 6-hour wait, she was taken to the hospital for dart removal and then to jail. She was initially charged with resisting arrest without violence, but the charge was dropped by the state attorney's office. An internal investigation by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office into Officer Munger's conduct took place after a complaint, though the officer was cleared based on body-worn camera evidence. Officer Munger has faced 25 citizen complaints since 2004, with most not resulting in sustained findings. The Sheriff's Office purges officer discipline records after 5 years. Ms. Krell filed a lawsuit against Publix in June 2020, which was dismissed with prejudice in December 2021 after an undisclosed settlement. Overall, Officer Munger's actions and Ms. Krell's case involve various legal and investigative proceedings.
Here is Orlando police pulling over the wrong one.
You're good. What agency you with?
I'm the state attorney.
This is Aramis Ayala, the first black state attorney elected in the state of Florida.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Your tag didn't come back. Never seen that before. I'm sorry? Yeah. We're good now.
So it was.
We ran the tag. I've never seen it before. A Florida tag. It's never come back to anything before. So that's the reason for the stop.
Befuddled with the officer's reasons, she asks a simple follow-up.
What was the tag run for?
I'm sorry?
What was the tag run for?
Oh, we run tags all the time, whether it's the traffic lights and that sort of stuff. That's how we figure out if, cars were stolen and that sort of thing. Also, the windows were really dark. I don't have a tint measure, but...
You can see Ayala smirking, because she knows what's up.
That's another reason for the stop.
Alright. Do you guys have cards on you?
Yeah, 1 second, please. Actually, this isn't my...
In a video that recently emerged, Orlando police can be seen pulling over Aramis Ayala, the first black state attorney elected in Florida. Ayala, clearly surprised and confused, questions the reason behind the traffic stop. The officer responds by mentioning that they ran the license plate as part of a routine procedure. Ayala firmly denies any violation of laws and asserts that her license plate and tinted windows are in full compliance with Florida law. Despite her explanation, the video has sparked outrage among some viewers who argue that the traffic stop was racially motivated, implying racial profiling is the reason behind it. This incident has gained significant national attention, with news outlets covering the story. Furthermore, it became a part of an ongoing lawsuit involving Ayala and Governor Rick Scott. The lawsuit raises questions about the justification behind Governor Scott's decision to remove Ayala's office from 21 first-degree murder cases, including the trial of accused police killer Mark Heath Lloyd.
Well, you kind of match the suspect in the description of what I'm looking for. What's your name? What's your name? Why? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Okay, well, like I said, just come here. We're trying to figure this out, man.
Working out? Serious?
Do what?
I'm working out. I'm doing a run.
I just got a call for a family violence.
Dude.
What's your name, dude?
I'm not giving you my name. I'm just here working out.
Okay, if that's all it is,
Then
I just
let
need
me
to get your
go.
name. That's not. I need to know your
I'm not
name.
giving you my name. I don't have to give you my name.
The San Antonio Police Department pulled this on an innocent man.
Okay, why are you acting like this, man?
Because I'm working out and you're bothering me. I'm being bothered on a
Because
fucking
you
normal
match the
run.
description of
I don't
somebody that
care
just
what
chunked your
description.
girl.
I don't care what description. I just want to do my damn run.
All I need to know is your name.
Hey, damn, dude. I can't do a damn run.
All I need to know is any kind of information you got.
I don't have any information to give to you. I'm
What's
on
your
a
name?
run.
What's your name then?
You're not getting that information.
Okay, well then you're gonna be detained right now, okay?
Okay, for what?
For being a suspect of family violence until I figure out who you are. Okay. I'm gonna put you in the back of my car, okay? Since you wanna act like that.
No, I'm gonna be right here.
No, you're not. You're going to the back of my
I
car
want to
until I
sit
get
right
this
here. I
figured out.
didn't do anything. I want to sit right here in the grass.
You're gonna go in the car.
In another incident, a man is seen being detained by San Antonio Police Department officers. The man questions why he's being detained, to which officers respond that he matches the description of a suspect involved in a family violence case. The man asserts his innocence and refuses to provide his identification, stating that he is working and being bothered unnecessarily.
Doing
All I
wrong.
need to know was your name.
So, did I break a rule?
Any kind of ID or anything on you?
Don't touch me, bro. I don't sit to a search.
I'm not searching you. I'm just
You're
fixing
touching
you.
me. No,
Okay.
you're not fixing me. You're touching my shorts and going to my...
Why are you acting like this, man? All
Why
I
do
need
you
to know
think?
is your name.
Why do you think?
Because I just got a family violence call and my
Okay.
victim said that you matched the suspect.
Well,
You're not under arrest. You're just being detained right now. All I need to know is your info, and that was it. We'll get you out of here. But if you want to play like this, it's just gonna be a long run, man. So, where do you live at? No, not gonna answer me. Why? Why?
The officers attempt to search the man, but he resists, insisting that they have no right to search him. The situation escalates as the officers forcefully try to place the man in their patrol car while he continues to protest his innocence. The man mentions that he's a lawyer and records the encounter live on Facebook to ensure transparency.
Look, I'm a lawyer, man. I don't have to cooperate whatsoever with you. If you want to take me, please do. One second, please. All right, so we're recording this live. I don't trust the cops whatsoever. Sorry, that's just my opinion. I'm not going to provide you any information, sir.
Okay. What's your name?
Do not cooperate. I'm a lawyer.
I understand you have video of what happened earlier, sir?
Yep, posted live on Facebook for everybody.
What's the Facebook account supposed to know?
I'm not providing you any information.
And your birthday, ma'am?
Do I have to give you that?
You do not.
Okay. Do you want your card back, ma'am? No. Okay. All right. You guys have a good day, okay?
The person who was a witness came to the station and told them he didn't like what he saw and uploaded it online afterwards. The officers came back for his name and birthday, but he refused to give it to them. The man records the encounter live on Facebook and expresses his distrust of police. The conversation ends with the officers returning the man's identification card and allowing him to leave, while he asserts his rights and states that he does not trust the police. Now let's move to another video.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back, now! Okay. Now! Okay, get behind my back, sir.
In a recent incident in Pittsburgh, a police officer named Paul Abel found himself in a humiliating situation that was captured on camera.
You didn't listen! I told you to go away. I didn't do it. You didn't want to listen. You told me to go away for what reason? Dude, I don't have to sit here and have conversations. Did I commit a crime? Did I tell you to give me your ID? Ma'am, I'm on...
Bystanders who witnessed the incident began to question Officer Abel's actions and demanded an explanation as to why he was making an arrest without any apparent justification.
Hey.
Why is he under arrest?
Dude, I'm hacked. Can you please tell me? I know this kid since he was 3 years old. I don't care. Okay? Can you please tell me what I'm under arrest for? Would you sit down? Okay. Get down on the ground. Can you please tell me what I'm under arrest for, sir? Failure to disperse. Disperse for what reason?
Failure to disperse.
During the incident, Officer Abel was accused of using a taser on an individual and conducting an illegal search of a bystander's bag.
3806, Abel, please walk away. Give me space. Please keep
I don't want to walk away.
Sure.
Walk back
got it.
We know his sister, his father. He's a member of his community. He works at the JC. What's the problem is?
This is out of
He
hand.
decided to be disrespectful to me.
He's allowed to do that.
Yeah, he's allowed to.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No.
You're being absolutely out of hand.
I'm not allowed to tell you what he did. You want to know what he did? Then walk away. If you don't want to know what he did, then walk away.
I want to know what he did. What did he do?
Are you going to interrupt me again?
Here's what you said he did.
I told him to walk away. He kept blocking the entrance. I said it 3 times.
Okay.
Wouldn't move.
Is it a public thoroughfare? Is it private property?
Right now it is.
These actions raise concerns about police brutality and the disregard for the experiences of minorities, as the incident occurred in the context of ongoing discussions about the mistreatment of marginalized communities by law enforcement. What further amplifies these concerns is Officer Abel's history of controversial incidents. In one instance, he mistakenly assaulted an innocent person after pursuing someone he believed had assaulted him in a bar. The individual was ultimately found to be the wrong person, but Officer Abel faced no legal consequences for his actions. The city, however, did pay a civil settlement of around $45,000. In a recent incident,
You shouldn't engage them no information. That's illegal. This illegal search.
Did somebody else stop you today?
Don't worry. No, you ain't got to answer no questions. He ain't got to answer no questions.
Just so you know, I got a body camera.
It don't matter. It ain't on though right now. You didn't press the button. I know law, bro. If you ain't committing no crime, you ain't got no business right here asking no question, interrogating them. This is a legal detain. What crime was committed? Who they say was watching? Who they said that did it? Who are you looking for? What's the person's name? What's the description of the person, officer? What's your badge number? What's your badge number?
Rosenbaum 161.
161? Okay. I'll be calling your office. They know who I am, Toy Battle. You have suspicion?
I'm not stopping.
You have suspicion? Well, you ain't supposed to ask that, though, because you're running them right now in leads.
You're free to go right now.
Yeah, you is free to go. He is free to go. He always free to go. And don't ask nobody else on how with their name without them committing crimes. That is illegal. Y'all time is almost up. All right? Don't ask nobody their name and their ID. That's illegal.
Everybody good out here?
Yeah, everybody always good out here. We only good when you ain't out here manipulating people. Have a nice day. Stop scanning people's names. Find some real criminals.
Police officers caught harassing black men, and the entire incident was recorded. The person who recorded the incident demonstrated a deep understanding of their rights and courageously questioned the officer's actions. The video serves as a stark reminder of the pervasive issue of racial injustice and police brutality that occurs on a daily basis. The incident also draws attention to Colin Kaepernick, a prominent figure who protested against racial injustice by taking a knee during the national anthem. Kaepernick's activism led to the establishment of the Know Your Rights campaign, which aimed to educate and empower individuals, particularly youth, on interacting with law enforcement and understanding their rights. Other instances of racial profiling and injustices faced by black individuals. One such case is Michael Bennett, a professional football player who was wrongly accused of injuring a paraplegic woman during the Super Bowl. Despite new video evidence clearing his name, Bennett's case exemplifies the challenges faced by black individuals in the face of racial profiling. There are so many issues that are unaddressed.